Hardy fiber cement siding is proven to withstand water, pests, and fire better than wood-based siding. And it looks better while doing it. Hardy siding has been chosen for 10 million homes and counting. See the proof at jameshardy.com.
Sure that we can go ahead and have something positive.
Boy, aren't you guys going to be disappointed when we don't talk about it. But what's going on, everybody? I'm the one, the only, the WOOKIE, joined here by the normal cast of Misfits. We have Dr. M. Sheep. Dr. M. D. Sheep? I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
I guess, are you filming this from your living room?
We are getting a lot of background there, Sheep.
Yeah, let me fix that.
Okay. We got the Choke Show himself, the one, the only, the Transcore.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
And then we have the man in the closet, the one, the only, Ewok Jr.
Into the closet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really puzzled by that entry.
Go listen to
opening,
the song.
so-
It'll all make sense later.
Okay, hello, KeyForge community.
Yeah.
Glad that
I'm
we were
sorry.
there for you. Whoopi.
He's the Ewokiest of Ewoks, Ewok Jr.
In a closet.
in a closet. Why not?
Yeah. I mean, he sleeps with me all the time, so.
Nice.
This is a secret to no one, but
Someone has to fall on that sword, man.
well, never mind.
Grasscore's fallen on that sword a few times.
Anyways,
Only Wookiee's free.
You only have to lean into it, Mook. You only have to lean into it.
Boom. Anyways, we were going to tell you, we were going to give you the top 5 reasons why GG sucked this week. But
And Joshua Swainer came through. We
Yep.
go J Swa.
And to make sure we did not get the ability to post that, they decided to give us spoilers and then release an article.
So
An
maybe that's the move.
An OP article.
Yeah.
Just threaten to say bad things, and we'll get spoilers, we'll get articles, we'll get all the things.
Isn't just me hitting start
Yeah,
recording? Isn't
yeah.
that just a constant threat?
We have a scheduled Thursday night recording. That is just a threat.
That's a threat in general.
Are you saying there's no correlation to what I just made up there?
No.
Well, I mean, we did go ahead and say it was going to be the middle of January, and we got into this little tiff last week.
It is. It is almost
the
smack
16th.
dab in the middle of January.
Yeah.
I don't know, actually.
Which is still really, really good for GG.
Depending on what
probably
time
the
this
best.
released, it might have been smack dab in the middle of January.
Yeah. Yeah.
Smack dab. We're going to go through our spoilers at the end of the whole ordeal. I know we said the beginning. I'm going to switch it up because, again, we planned on just... Man, our top 5 might need to be a 2-parter, but...
Yeah. Boys.
But
I love how you're adding on to it tonight. Way to go.
yeah. Why is the top 5 now a top 8? I don't understand. Anyways,
Draz,
started
that's just
typing.
Draz.
you just started typing. I asked ChatGPT, and this is what it brought out. But first up, we got articles for the Vault Tours. Archon, it's time! Are y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't want to do what was actually there?
The 2 things before it.
I mean,
Oh, champions are born of the... Oh, wait, I'm not... You're talking about the sheet.
oh my goodness.
You're
Okay,
talking
we do
about
have an
sheet.
event.
Yeah, show notes.
Transcord, yeah, talk to us about our upcoming event that your locals are putting on.
Yeah, so NECO, the actually, what does that even stand for? Northeast KeyForge Open, I believe. Now that I'm thinking about it. That is coming up in just about 2 weeks from when this records / when this drops. So that very first weekend in February, this takes place like February 1st and 2nd. So it is in the the distant suburbs of Philadelphia, even more distant outside than I am. But
Just go ahead and say it.
it's in Amish country. It's basically in the middle of nowhere.
It's in the sticks.
So yeah, it's in the sticks. So they can have
you
a big
play
store.
KeyForge and Tip a Cow, maybe.
Yeah, and
which is a myth, by the way. You can't tip a cow.
You can. I mean, we could try, and you can. You could chase down a horse and buggy.
I think the horse
and
will win.
you could go to Shady Maple Smorgasbord, which is
Can I get maple syrup?
Oh yeah, you can get
all I need to
all
know.
the stuff at the buffet. You can
No, I don't want it at the buffet.
Philly.
Like, I want to take like one of those like weird glass jars home that like you get home and like you eat it and you're like, oh man, why didn't I buy more?
Yeah. So you get that. We got Victory Brewing out here. Big brewery brand.
Okay.
Will you find any of the Amish in Rumspringa?
In Rumspringa? What?
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's some sort of something for Amish people.
Yeah, it's their coming of age when they're 16.
Oh yeah, where they get to leave.
Oh,
the
is that
Amish
where you
for a
like
year?
you go and like
I thought that
dance
was
with the devil?
I thought that was
whatever,
Mennonites, not Amish people. Do Amish people do that too?
Yeah, you go out and you like you have to like live in the world. This is me pretending to know things. I'm probably saying
I'm
this
sorry
all
for
wrong.
bringing that into our cast.
They're allowed.
I saw a documentary like 20 years ago.
They're
on this.
allowed to leave the community for like up to a year to like live with normal people, have a cell phone, electricity, and then if they can choose to go back.
Right.
It's like their year of like seeing what they missed to decide.
I just remember it being some like teen goofy movie, and
that would have been a reality show that was on A&E.
No, I definitely didn't watch whatever you're talking about.
They were also Mennonites, not Amish.
I mean, thank you for joining us for Amish discussion this week.
Yeah. Didn't you know AC
it's
has become an Amish Rumspringa podcast?
Yeah, I thought, no, this could be very wrong. I thought it was supposed to be like, hey, you're being tempted by the devil and it's like a rite of passage.
That's
like
what we are to the
yeah.
Amish people. All the people who live outside are the devil.
Oh.
Yeah.
Especially,
that's
especially some people
accurate
here.
for me.
Especially sheep. Yep.
Yeah, especially sheep. And then there's an ABR thing going. Who wants to take ABR?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely go out for Nico again. There shouldn't be much happening at the beginning of February, so
yeah, come out, have a good time. 2 days
the Wookiee's
of
birthday
KeyForge
is
fun.
in the beginning of February, so you can all come and join my karaoke parade. It's not really a parade; it's kind of just a thing. I might have made all of that up.
I'm washing my hair.
And did I?
That.
So am I.
It hurts.
So am I.
I was gonna say for the both of you, it hurts on so many levels, on more than one. But glad to see you're taking time for self-care. Anyways, ABR.
Yeah. Guess
I will say if we haven't
place.
If we haven't talked you into going to Nico, there are personalized playmats and some sweet swag too. So definitely go check it out. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I got like, I'm not sure if it's public or not, so I can't disclose, but I happened to be sitting there while they were like, in hushed voices talking about some details of some stuff that they had gotten. I was like, ooh, I'm not so sure if I'm supposed to know this. So you'll just have to come and find out.
Okay.
Yeah. I know we've got 20 some tickets already, and they think it'll go higher because all those last minute folks. So maybe we'll get 30 or 40 folks. Who knows?
Pushing forward into ABR.
Yeah. Guess which team's in first place going into the final week here?
Dr. Drazry.
Well, that's not our team name, but we do have the Good Doctor, and we do have the Drazcor. We don't have X-Ray. We relegated X-Ray to some other team. I don't know which team is X-Ray on.
He's been relegated to the
Scrubs team.
Yeah,
he's on Finding Flumph.
I wonder if.
Oh man, he's 2-4. Come on, X-Ray, get it together. But
say we have Sydney, but like Dr. Drazsteel sounds dumb.
Yeah.
So, sorry. Dr. SC Draz? SC
Dr. Steely Draz?
Yeah, you guys got some work to do there.
Dr. Steely Core. Dr. Steely Core.
Okay. I mean, we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
All right.
Can I do my ring announcer voice again now?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Are you sure?
I mean, until we hear it and then we decide it's a bad idea, let's go with yes.
Okay. I don't want to do it anymore. But anyways, it's
Let's get ready to rumble.
have dates. Hard dates.
Man, I haven't had a date in like 20 years.
Months in advance. That's not true. You and I.
Where this is going? Train wreck.
Is this? Well, hold on. Do we need to find? Can we turn this into like some sort of reality podcast where we find Dr. Sheep Love?
Yeah, find him a date.
No, I'm married.
You've tucked him into bed.
I mean, we've never. I want to say we've done all sorts of things with cardboard sheep. So I mean,
he's washing his hair right now.
he's washing his hair. We finally have it. Ghost Galaxies is thrilled to reveal details of another season of the prestigious Vault Tour, starting in the United States and Millennium Games on April 25th, 2025. Of course, we'll be starting out in the East Coast because nobody loves the Midwest anymore.
No. So here's the thing. One of the things that you're going to notice is that they are passing down multiple winners, as we saw last year. No, this means that if we start on the East Coast, whoever wins there, it's going to be your first and second.
Yes.
And so it's not passing down to third, fourth, or beyond. Okay. So having a later date, again, potentially has some advantages.
Yes.
I will say that.
Yes. And it doesn't sound like this is going to change ever.
Which is why hopefully they'll keep rotating it.
Are you gonna be okay with that?
No, he's
not. When he gets third.
We know this.
No, it's just when you go ahead and see it, like they listed in there that it's going to go ahead and rotate to the top 8. It's clear. We understand what's there. I still don't understand how an 8th place finish at the end of the season is more important to give you access to Worlds than a 3rd place in Rochester this year. But that is what they've decided. So again, we got to live within the rules that's there. I state it. We'll move on.
I don't think anybody disagrees with you in the fact that the top 2 should be the top 2 should be the top 2, and those are the people who get an invite. If
GG disagrees with me, and that's apparently who's making the call.
Let it roll down. That's fine.
Just because you want a Worlds invite, but your stuff's at the beginning of the year.
That's fine. I'm gonna try to go all of them again.
I'll say, and kind of towards the end. Baltimore, that's one you can reach, right?
Yeah, I can reach all of them. Baltimore's only like
or you
2
can
hours
reach all of them. And yeah.
All right. So where are we going, Wookie?
All right. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 locations this year for Vault Tours. We start April 25th.
US side.
US side Vault Tours. Let's be honest. It's the only side that matters.
No, because there's actually some really important information outside of the U.S., but go ahead, keep going for it.
No. Anyways, April 25th through the 27th at Millennium Games. Shocker, May 16th through the 18th is in Roseville, Minnesota at the Game Center. June 20th through the 22nd in Portland, Oregon. That one actually kind of surprised me. Guardian Games PDX.
Yeah, I don't know this Guardian Games PDX.
I don't know where Portland, Oregon is.
Come on.
I'm just
in
kidding.
Oregon.
I know where Portland, Oregon is, but like
on the
that
coast.
one, I was like,
geography for most Americans is not great, so I still don't. I'm going to hold you that you don't know where it is.
It's above California. It's below Washington.
And somewhere
where is
in there.
it in Oregon?
Portland.
Without looking.
It's like kind of. It's northern. It's on the West Coast. It's the northern, like
by the
quartile
sea
or so.
Yeah, I don't really like. What do you want? Longitude and latitude? Like what?
Yeah.
Exactly?
I mean, if you were to go ahead and describe where Portland is in the state of Oregon,
over there on the left.
Yeah, it's on the western coast.
That's what I would say. It's like, been like on the left.
Is it on the coast?
Yes.
I mean,
maybe.
Ish.
Maybe it's not
Portland, but
I think it is. That's what I'm saying.
It is not on the coast.
It is not on the coast.
Ish.
I said it with confidence, though. Therefore, it has to be correct.
You did. That's what we do on AC. We say it with confidence.
Do this at work too.
I mean, there's water there.
There's a big old river.
Look, there's a big river. I know that leads from that, and it goes north and then into the ocean.
Okay.
But I mean, like, yeah, I mean, it's
Well, I'm not going. That's what I know.
It might be expensive to fly
okay.
there.
Yeah,
I don't
it
know.
sounds expensive right off the
Let
rip.
me
So
check it out.
Yeah, Portland, I doubt it.
yeah, it doesn't sound cheap. All right. Anyways, and then we go back to the East Coast to Baltimore, East Coast-ish to Baltimore,
Yeah,
July 11th through the 13th at games and stuff. Is that where it was last year too?
Yep, games and stuff.
That's what I
Oh
thought.
man, they got Frontier flights, cheap,
There you go.
nonstop round trip, $200.
Oh, that's good.
And Sheep's going. Anyways,
good.
and then
I'm not going.
you're not going. All
Come
right.
on, Sheep.
And then
See you there.
September 19th to the 21st in Las Vegas, Nevada at Alexis Park Resorts, where it always is, I believe.
Mhm.
Yep, that's where it's been the last since GG, and that is one that is tentatively on my possibilities list.
Roseville, Minnesota.
That we're going to that.
Oh, we're going to that? Okay. I'm glad.
Yeah.
That's driving, right?
I mean, it's, it's right there.
I will say the size. So they partnered up with a lot of different game stores again. So I love seeing that. I love seeing that investment in the community. All of these are positioned at 128 people, except for Vegas. So if you do want to get into Vegas in the last slot, there's 84. But that's the restriction there. In the article, it did go ahead and talk about they were trying to find a local Vegas game store to partner with, but they were unsuccessful.
What,
and
none
so
of the
they went
strip
back with
clubs were
Alexis.
open?
We just take all the poker tables at like Caesar's Palace.
I'm sure they'd be happy with that.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can find a super sleazy strip club and just put it in there.
I'll put $100 on Pink Fraud.
$100 on Pink Fraud. So what do you guys think of, again, partnering with local game stores? Let's start there. Easy one.
I mean, I'm fine with it. If it keeps
Yeah.
these going and we're able to partner with local game stores and local game stores are happy, GG is happy, everybody happy, who cares?
Okay.
I mean, it's been
It's
for
worked out
the
so that-
stores in locations that are good, right?
Yeah.
It's been great.
What do you
San
think?
Antonio,
Millennium
not the
Games
best
was good.
location.
Games and stuff was good.
Mhm. Yep.
I mean,
So they're
Game Center
basically-
is fine.
Correct. They're basically going back to the same locations they went to last year. They changed up some of the dates, and then they
Well, they
picked
swapped.
up Portland instead of
Right.
Texas.
Right.
And that's what it's trying to get to.
Right.
And Seattle.
Well, that was the
Seattle
year-
was 2 years ago.
Seattle.
but- Seattle was 2 years ago.
So notice, trying to be able to
I wonder
talk-
what drew that. I wonder what drew that decision. Like, let's go to Portland, Oregon.
A store. This let's see. Guardian
There's
Games
stores
on their
all over
website.
the nation, but Portland, Oregon, kind of like. I don't go to. I mean, I've been to some KeyForge events, right? As we all have, and I don't meet a lot of people from Portland, Oregon, or Oregon for that matter at all.
So what's
Nova's
interesting
from Oregon.
Yeah. So what's interesting to me is that they ran the vault in Seattle 2 years ago. So they have to be pulling some data from that Northwest area that would say, hey, we should probably hold an event in this space. So
Does anybody
I'm-
look to see if any of these dates fall on anything important?
Hey, you can apply for a job at in Portland here.
Nice.
Guardian Games.
I checked them all to my schedule today, and they are only near some other planned events.
Your schedule is meaningless because you would leave your own wife and child for a vault tour.
Mhm.
I do leave my own wife and child for a vault tour.
I
That's how
know.
that works.
But I'm saying you're like,
Regularly.
4th of July.
yeah.
You guys will figure it out. I'm going to the vault tour. Like,
So
that
I
is
think
accurate.
I think going ahead and looking at some things, April 25th through the 27th is the week after Easter. So that would be something that a number of people are involved in. When you're looking at May 16th and 18th for Roseville, it's falling the weekend after Mother's Day. Going ahead and looking at June 20th through the 22nd, you're the week after Father's Day. July 11th, again.
This is all good, right?
Correct. This is I'm
Yes.
saying. This is all really,
Okay.
really good. The
Good.
July
Wasn't sure.
11th. The July 11th puts them right after that
here, hold
July
on.
4th date.
We've already solved it. Josh has posted in the chat. I've already looked to make sure they weren't on anything. Thanks.
No, but that's what I'm saying is looking at it. I think that this was done a lot more succinctly this year. That there's no
Really? I think
major
everybody's going to
events.
be like, oh, I just had to take time off for the previous weekend. I can't go anywhere. Wise. That's going to be
People
amazing. It's
complain
gonna
about
be this year.
anything. right?
Yep.
I mean,
So that's gonna be
that's our
the
podcast,
reason he
right?
can't go anywhere.
I mean, hopefully. I mean, there's no like once in a lifetime lunar or solar events happening at all this year. No.
Nothing in our northern hemisphere that you're looking at.
Okay.
The other question is, if you actually look back to a couple of years ago, we had complaints about the vaults. Well, I don't know if it's complaints, but talk about the vaults being kind of smushed all together in a very short time period in June and July. What do you guys think about spreading them out here? You have April, May, June, July, September. That's on the US side. Is that a good thing? Is it too long of a section?
No, that's perfect if you actually want to try to go to them all.
That's what I'm with you, Sheep. I'm 100%. I think this is very well spread out. You're not hitting major dates, which is tricky to have it spread out and to not hit other major events.
No August.
Well, picture what would be happening in August.
I don't know.
That's Gen Con.
Warm weather.
I know.
Yeah.
Well,
so you basically, I assume that's why they didn't.
I'm looking forward to this year possibly being stocked again. Maybe.
Yep.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll have to see. But no, I think that Josh and team did a very nice job at being able to connect with local game centers, go ahead and have good size that we can actually go ahead and fill up to 128, except for Vegas. I think the location to be able to fly into, as Sheep, you were saying, Portland is a space that there are multiple airlines flying into. It should hit the West Coast for those people that are coming kind of out of the greater Seattle area that could drive down. You potentially have people coming from Northern California that could drive up, and then Portland. You want to be able to pull from different areas. Well, but that's the other component is the West Coast for Canadian. You're going ahead and looking at that they might be able to come down from British Columbia. So I think that I think that they obviously had looked at data from previously. I'm hoping that they're using GameFound of, hey, these are where people are coming from.
Nope. Josh just posted it in the chat. Portland has a light rail, so he wants to go see it. So now we're having a vault tour in Portland.
I mean, you know what? He's the one running it.
There isn't a reason on how to schedule them as places you just want to go check out. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know if there is a better way.
Weren't we going to go ahead and hold a vault on a...
I'm just so shocked we haven't found one in Canada. Well, that was Vince's.
That was going to be a thing.
I mean,
that was Vince's brainchild.
I heard the cruise ship got denied.
Oh, come on.
That's when they were handing out nationals.
We got a benevolent sponsor and all.
That's why when they were handing out nationals, like they were after dinner mints, and we were just going to do a cruise.
Still think we should do it.
I mean, the KeyForge cruise.
Cool.
Anyways, what else we got to say? So yes, it's good. We got vault tours. Yep. Most of us will be in Minnesota.
Yep.
Or expect to be in Minnesota.
I would assume all of us would be in Minnesota. Drazcor is kind of the oddball.
Look at flights here.
And I have a soft block in my calendar for Baltimore and Vegas.
Nice.
Neither is guaranteed, but they're both
possibilities.
Yeah. Baltimore should be fairly affordable to fly to as well.
Thus far, international vault tours, you're looking at China, Vietnam, Spain, Germany, and France.
No, Italy, right? That's the one that everybody's kind of pointing out. No, Italy.
Yeah.
It's more than likely because I just can't find somebody to run it to get the damn thing.
But that's who's been consistently running, and so I think that's why there's a change of
But that was the last Italy one kind of
mild,
privately sponsored, sort of. I guess I don't know who really ran it because it's that AZ or whatever. Okay, I'm really bad, but I thought it was. Yeah. It wasn't run by you see a lot of them. It says AZ Cards and Games. Thank you.
Yeah.
The rest of them are run by Asmodee.
Two Asmodees organized by D20 Board Game,
which is
Elsevier Games and Square Games.
Yeah. So you have a couple different games that are running them, but Asmodee China, Asmodee Spain. So and then Riku with D20 Board Game.
Rico's mad. He's
Why is Riku mad?
He's crazy.
Oh, he's a little nuts.
He's KeyForge crazy. Like I used to be. Yeah.
But it's great to be able to be willing to organize and to run an event for your community.
No, it is amazing.
And
I was saying, like, I think that's the thing is like the effort and the cost was on too small of a group in Italy. And that might be why it's not there again, but I'm not really certain.
I will say that for the French contingent, seeing them at Worlds.
Oh, you know what else isn't on here? You know what? Never mind. Has Canada ever had a Vault Tour?
No.
It's always been Nationals, right?
The other thing that could be there because of the news where it's like, if they have Vault Tours, they don't get Nationals.
Yep.
Like, Italy may have just said, well, heck, we're just going to run the Nationals because it's cheaper to run.
Oh,
it could be something like that, too.
Possible.
But they're just like, if we only get to do one, let's do the affordable one.
Well, I suppose. Anyways, let's go to event structures. All events will feature World Championships qualifying main tournaments in each of KeyForge's competitive formats, Sealed, Archon, and still sticking with that alliance. Players may also expect Second Ember constellation tournaments alongside the main events. Each features a different schedule, side events, and structured base events on local factors and decisions made by the tournament organizer. The structure that Ghost Galaxy intends to use can be seen here. Whoever chose this format, fuck you. Or not format, font. Fuck you. Why did you do this?
Thank you for your donation.
This font is terrible.
I will say the first time reading it, that's why I transitioned it over to our show notes there. While it was difficult to be able to read, I actually found the other on KeyForging that was very, very troublesome.
That's the one I'm looking at right now is the one on keyforging.com. So,
there's two different Forge Your Legend, and then there's just KeyForging Vault Tour 2025. But looking at it, I give them props that they are announcing, here's what's going to be happening. Here's your schedule. So we had been asked, correct?
Hold on,
no,
TBD.
No,
this is all
we had asked
change.
For it.
Do not tell me this is not going to change the minute 11:01. Oh shit! Everything's changed.
Well, look, this is a step in the right direction. This tells me what flights I might or might not be able to book. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Sure, but Friday the game plan is 11 a.m. KeyForge Sealed Tournament and Top 8. Second Ember Constellation Sealed. Saturday at 10 a.m. KeyForge Archon Tournament. Also at the 10 a.m. Yep, we're getting there. Saturday 7 p.m. Top 4 finals for Sealed. Saturday Second Ember Constellation Archon. Sunday 10 a.m. Top 8 finals Alliance and Archon. Sunday Sealed Mini Tournament.
So what are you worried about here? The only thing that could be a conflict is Saturday night, where Archon and Alliance have 8 hours to be able to finish their rounds. It technically is 9. Technically 9 hours because they're placing it at 7 p.m.
Yeah, bro.
10 to 6.
What has happened every single time when it's like low attendance? We can run them all.
So again, this is where you've been very clear that we're going to be passing down items. Okay, pass down if you win.
That's not what I'm talking about. They're going to run them in tandem. They're going to run them.
No,
it goes back to the pass down.
No, because what I'm saying is that they're
like that pass down. We're going to talk about it.
Oh my goodness! Stop. When you guys interrupt, you miss out. So what's happening is they're laying out their structure that they can be more consistent. Now they have to follow through on that. But they have to follow through in each of the different areas. So here,
this is the same structure as last year.
Go ahead and look at what was laid out at the beginning of the year for it. This is the schedule that we have consistently worked on for the vaults and have been successful.
This
and
is
that's
the
why
schedule
I know that
we've been told. This was the schedule we were told last year. And then
told versus in written form is a different thing.
You know at Roseville 41 people are going to show up and they're going to be like, we can just have everybody play everything.
No, it is listed here that we're going to do Archon or Alliance. We're not doing both. I don't care if you go ahead and pull 20 people.
I feel like bringing you in close and like petting your head gently, like, oh sweet child. Like, I would love to tell you that 100% this is how it's going to go every single time, but you and I both know it's not going to happen.
How many rounds do they need with a full 128 players?
I don't know.
Like, is there enough time starting at 11 to run as much as they plan to on first day?
With 128? I mean, that's pretty
for a
optimistic.
sealed top 8? I to be honest with you, I don't know.
5 is going to go ahead and put you at your 5-0s, top 8, and then you'll have the remaining
7
2 to 3,
rounds,
which is basically what they're at. I would love to see that as a problem.
Yeah,
That it's
that would
run
be a
right
good
on
problem.
time. That's a great thing.
I say it wouldn't be a problem, but I know that we're going to show up and they're going to be like, well, we're going to run them one right after the other. And
It's a thing that happens when the crowd is small enough that they don't get 8 people for Alliance.
Yeah, and also know that
So you
what
mean
we're really
all of
talking
them?
about here, Wookie,
No.
is the 4 people.
Most
There's
of
going to
them.
be 4 people at 7 o'clock that are impacted by this. 4 people. Because it's the top 4
and
finals. That's it.
No, there's going to be 3 people impacted because 4 of the slots are taken up by JR, who will take second in 2 of them.
If anyone, again, you only are running an event on Friday night that's sealed. You can only be like, there's nothing else there. You'd have to be running the gambit on Archon or Alliance, and it has to push all the way to that spot, and you'd have to have won the night before.
Okay.
And you have to won the top 8, so it's only 4 people there. No,
You are
think this is right.
already in a group where we've had people top cut all 3 events.
Right.
Multiple have done this. Like, this happens.
JR has done this.
What I'm saying is that with the time breakdown that's there, it is a very low probability that you're going to have it as an impact. They had it listed at 6 o'clock from last year, if I am correct. They've already moved it back an hour. You already have the top 8 that's played in the day before, which slims down that group even further. So I think that this is the best choice that we can do.
So Mr. Orbital Tangent Josh himself said no, period, stacking, period.
So what happens when Alliance doesn't have enough players?
Yeah, what happens when the 4 people that want to play Alliance show up?
Huh?
We don't know the answers to these questions. What else do we have to talk about?
Treasures in the vault.
Oh, I got treasures in the vault.
So I know you're going through there. Yes, there's different.
Like, the prizes are identical to last year?
All right, so Vault Tour events feature lots of loot for KeyForge enthusiasts to claim during their weekend. Some prizes will be awarded for those who best their opponents in battle, while others can be obtained simply by showing up. Top 8 competitors for Sealed, Archon, and Alliance main tournaments can expect to walk away with a bounty of prizes. I'm going to need a better definition of bounty before
Actually, that was in the show notes. I said, how many decks is a bounty?
Yes. What exactly is included in my
1.
bounty? I know that feeling. These include special decks and deck displays and achievement pins similar to those offered during the Vault Tour 2024. Location marked decks, lovingly called geotagged by players, will make a triumphant return.
Yeah, so that
all right.
Geotag and special decks
are these 2 separate things? There. Yeah, they are independent. Number 2, can I expect Vault Masters 2026? Number 3, will it suck?
I mean,
you have an answer if you look down. Yeah,
man, you guys just like to just kill us, just like jab suspense.
25 is below.
And we like to interrupt.
We're not in 2026 yet.
Both the champion first place and runner-up second place of each Vault Tour main event will achieve an invitation to the KeyForge 2025 World Championships at KeyForge Celebration on November 6th to the 9th, 2025.
Or 3rd or 4th or 5th or 6th or 7th or 8th.
Does it say pass down somewhere?
We're getting there.
Okay.
Champions in the main event tournament will be awarded a crystal glass trophy, special deck accolades for the winning decks, and the title of Vault Warrior. Each entitles them to participate in a Vault Warrior only events, i.e. dinner. Beyond the main tournament, side events at each Vault Tour will offer their own set of prizes and goodies. Players will have to open the vaults to discover the exact nature of the additional prizes. Where's my gun noise? I don't know where it is.
Kerpow!
Thank you. Attendees will receive the traditional Ghost Galaxy
Well done.
goodie bag as a reward for nothing more than showing up and participating in the event. The content can be used at the event or taken home to enjoy. The Vault Tour 2025 goodie bags will contain the following: 3 Ember Skies or Prophetic Visions Archon decks, 1 KeyForge Vault Master 2025 Archon deck.
Sweet green wrapping. Woo.
Oh, is that what that is right there?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what it says, Vaultmaster. And we can see Aquadon, Geistoid, Logos, Mars, Saurian on the side.
Sweet. Where did I leave off?
I think we just have to accept at this point that
It's going to be every year.
GG's
and
like,
it's gonna keep
yeah, we're
copying
just
and
gonna
pasting.
mix a bunch of cards together and call it a set. Like that is, they are committed. So,
Oh,
Nope.
Atlantis 1982 doesn't like the green. I kind of like the green. I like that's nice, bright. That orange next to it can suck it though. Oh, that's cool. It's Ember Skies.
It's Amber Skies, you're fine.
you like the Schmars green?
Oh shit! Did prices go up again? 2025 Vault Tour 2025 tickets are $100 this year.
Uh,
I thought they were
Was that what they
75
were?
last year.
Were they?
I thought they were 75 the year before.
Well,
Yeah,
did they go
I
up to
think they're 2
$100
years
this
ago.
year? Oh, that was.
I think you already complained about this last year.
Probably.
Way to be on top of it, Wookie.
It's all right. Josh
yeah,
said he's.
it says right
Josh-
there. Same price as 24.
Josh said he's paying for mine, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, if Josh goes ahead and copy pastes from last year, it's just a copy paste, Wookie. That's what's happening, man.
Oh, so we can
Same
complain about
prizes,
that.
just 24 to 25 for Vaultmaster.
Yep.
It worked for the most part, but we're gonna just keep it rolling. I mean, we could push things, but we won't.
Man, when are we gonna learn?
We're not.
No,
Vaultmaster
what-
sucks. Like it serves no purpose. Nobody wants
hey.
them.
People like
The
it.
Geotig decks are not guaranteed to be Vault Masters this season.
Okay, so that was not asked, and I said, will prizing be Vaultmaster 25 decks or our Vault Tour season set, whatever that is, whether that is Amber Skies or Prophetic Visions?
That's gonna be that wacky ass yellow thing that's coming out
No.
in the Kickstarter. Yeah, it is. Because they're meant to
You're-
be played and sealed.
You're not allowed to talk
Well,
anymore.
that is just for sealed.
Yeah.
That's Crucible Clash, and I don't think that's going to be prizing.
Well, I don't know. It just says there. These include special decks and deck displays, an achievement pin similar to those, location mark decks. So, sounds to me like you're getting a bunch of Crucible Clash and a bunch of Vaultmaster 2025.
Stop speaking your...
The truth?
No,
Stop
it
telling
is
the
not truth. That is not truth. That is just ugliness there. Think positive, what we will get.
I'm just waiting for.
It's all grim reminders?
There you go. No, I think
If it is, I'm tearing
like
my shirt
Luke's
off Hulk
humor is
Hogan
gonna
style.
kick in, and the geotag is gonna say "You are here" or something. That's like a Luke move, I think.
Yeah. So, I mean, it says example prize from Vault Tour 2024 over on the right. It has your
Almost
sweet
where your deck
glass,
is.
sweet glass trophy. You have the larger pin, which looks like it's coming back. You have an individual mat, which ironically says Champion Roseville. That didn't exist last year, so that's nice to see.
Yes,
They did
it
get that
did.
right for the.
Not
No,
in
not
Roseville. They fixed it
not in
after that
Roseville.
event.
It was for the after.
Everything was just sad for Ewoks one event last year.
But they have example prizes.
they
from
did
Vault.
it just to spite Ewok. They were just like, we know he's going to
Yeah.
do well, so.
Well, they thought I was going to show up, and they're like, screw sheep.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Example prizes from Vault Tour 2024. You have 2 displays.
Well, you have
that
one
are-
and then one in the shadows.
Yeah,
Or is it just one with the light cast for the shadow? So
They bring out a bulb and just cast it over.
They take a picture of it. You're like, here, you also get a picture of your display.
Yeah. I did think that they missed Deck Accolade. Notice Deck Accolade is only listed for the champion and is not listed. It says champions of the main tournaments. So will be awarded a glass trophy.
You're not sure if you get it for top 8s or anything.
No.
It says special deck accolades for their winning deck.
But notice it doesn't say anywhere.
It doesn't say that.
You're going to go ahead and you're going to argue that it specifically says it for champions, meaning your Archon Alliance and Sealed champions, because they're getting the glass trophy. Again, that's where the commas and actual punctuation mean.
Yeah,
and it says special deck accolades coming for winning decks. So I don't see deck accolades at all being for your top 8. And I think that's a miss. I think that's a real big
You're
miss.
right. It is not listed there.
Do better, GG.
It doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
Also true.
This is why I'm wishing it upon us.
Big positively, JR.
This is why I'm wishing it upon us that it will show up. I think it's easy enough to be able to add in, and I think it would help.
Maybe.
I like how there'll be an alliance tournament where they only hand out 7 top 8s because that's everybody.
What happens when they have to go home with stuff? They're like, oh man, we brought all this stuff for alliance, and only 9 people, and only 4.5 people showed up.
I think that there will be people that will shift over to play to make it top 8. I do think that if they feel
what happens when the top 8 is just the tournament. They're just like, well, since there's only 8 of you, we're just gonna play best of 1.
Wasn't there only 9 in the first event last year?
Oh, I don't know. No, they stacked those, didn't they? Didn't they stack the events so everybody could play then?
Yes.
That sounds right.
Yes, because I played in it.
Yeah, because right.
Yeah, we were the first event last year. Yeah, they were stacked. Yeah, we were streaming because we sucked, and boy, was that room cold. That room was freezing. That room.
No, I thought it was Rochester where like the Alliance tournament was.
No, well, maybe it was.
Yeah.
But the first event last year was Roseville, and we were there, and it was.
Okay. It wasn't the East Coast events.
Roseville last year had 32 for Sealed, 29 for Alliance, Archon of 36.
Not Roseville.
Yep. That was what Drascore scared the shit out of me with your cardboard cutout. I almost got into a fight with you and you weren't even there. But that is your Vault Tour schedule for 2025. Make your tripping plans now.
Yeah, you can. They actually did a really nice job on keyforging.com Vault Tour 2025. You have a nice little intro video. You have the special note about Ghost Galaxy is working with partners to finalize all details for the internationals for China, France, Germany, Spain, and Vietnam. And I was cut off earlier, but France has a really nice contingent that came out for Worlds and excited some of the players who are there. That's what they're actually putting on for France. So I'm glad to see you guys have one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure one of the French players told me
10 players in Alliance at Rochester.
Oh. What does that look like? If you win round 1, you're immediately in top 8?
Yes.
Basically.
It actually, yeah. The other thing that I thought the GG staff did a really nice job at, you have the template. While the font Wookiee is difficult to read on the Vault Tour 2025, it is easy to be able to see the dates, the times, and to click for more info. When you're clicking for more info, it has pictures of what the store looks like or the location. It has basically where to buy your ticket and housing, or like a hotel. So I thought, again, it's very easy to be able to see. It's well laid out, and that was very nice.
All right. Well, it's time for 2025 Vault Tour, boys. Are you guys ready?
I'm excited. There's no direct conflict on my calendar right now. So that's good news. Doesn't mean it won't happen, but now I've been able to, because it's January, I put these on my calendar. So that means that it will need to get displaced as opposed to, us finding out 6 weeks before an event, and I'm like, well, there's already something there, right? So this is awesome that they're telling us now.
Yep.
It's really good.
Blockers in the calendar is important.
The shortest announcement, right? So Rochester already knew. So we got the shortest lead time is 5 months, right? For May.
Not bad.
Which is our complaint, and so
That's
you did
a
a really nice job.
Pretty
It's
good
reasonable.
improvement.
That's pretty good.
I'll say compared to where we were,
applause,
not bad.
Applause.
Would have been nice if we had this in November, but
Sure. But this is pretty good.
Yeah, we're working on it. I do think that if we're establishing some consistent stores, that could potentially be for an announcement this upcoming year. You know, you've built that.
I mean, there is
next one we
something
look at.
happening at the end of March that could be like kind of a cool event for KeyForge to be at. But I mean, it's in the Midwest. We wouldn't want too many Midwest things. You know?
You're talking Adepticon.
Mm-hmm.
I got moved to Milwaukee, so
I know.
I don't see it happening.
We got Philly suburbs in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Neko. All sorts of stuff.
Well, that I'm not going to.
What were the dates of Minnesota? May 16th?
Yeah, May 16th through 18th is my sister's birthday.
Oh boy.
You don't care about your sister.
No, I that
yeah,
vault
nobody
is,
likes Ewok sister.
Yeah.
Actually, my sister's amazing, and I love her dearly. But I will still be. This is actually one of the vaults that is reasonable for me to get to. Looking at the end of April, that one's just out for Rochester, unfortunately. I have real issues with the other two, and that's just because I have events. So the weekend, the Portland, Oregon actually is a really nice fly in, fly out for us. But that is essentially the day before my youngest birthday, and we're going on a big trip up to Alaska. So I just don't see that one happening for me. And when we come back, the weekend after is Baltimore. So I will probably be out unless it is Vegas, and that is when school starts back up. So that would be a pretty tricky turnaround for me.
Well, you can pen me in for Minnesota.
Okay.
I'm down to go. We'll have to consider sleeping arrangements again. Drazcor, I think you're mine.
Sweet. I'll practice my snoring so I can outsnore.
I was looking, the Residence Inn is not particularly cheap at this moment. $150 a night during that time frame.
What's the really in the middle? Well, I guess it's May. It's nice
for a hotel. That's not terrible these days.
What's the Doubletree?
Dub-a-dub.
Dub-a-dub.
The Dub-a-dub right now is listed at $122.
Oh. Mm-hmm. I mean,
that's $122 on some shady website, super.com. It's $148 if you book it to the Dub.
Oh, we don't have a link or a block this year?
We might, I don't know.
I haven't looked at this one.
There. And Josh actually has the cost that's there. I mean, this is all very.
Josh has it. Where do you see this?
It's
ticketing.
Room rate is $169 plus tax for breakfast included for 1 to 2 people. It is under. Well, our good friend Morgan, she was able to go ahead and locate some of these items similar to Sheets sleuthing from last year. And so you did have some of the earlier. So shout out to Morgan. Great find. But she listed the dates, and you can actually see this one did come true. But when you're on keyforging.com Vault Tour 2025, on the right, they have access to all of the individual US vaults, because that's what's been announced so far. We're waiting for the internationals. But if you click where it says more info for Roseville, you then get specific information. That's what I was talking about. And if you scroll down, you'll see Doubletree Roseville, and it lists.
Yes. I see it.
I will say the only thing that still bothers me is they have that silly digital key. I just really wish that we get rid of it. I don't care. It doesn't impact me, but it for anyone who's trying to get in, it's just another hurdle to be able to jump over. And I know why they're trying to go ahead. Hey, you got to go ahead and purchase product. I honestly wish I could gift it to others who want to be able to come in. So
they should make it 3 keys.
Right. Anyways, should we move into our spoilers?
Oh,
Yeah? Yes? No? Maybe so?
Let's do it.
All right. Who wants to give the obligatory spoiler warning?
We're gonna have spoilers.
Hey
Check
guys,
Wait.
this is Big Z. I don't
Deuce.
play the KeyForges anymore because I think bad things. So it's spoiler time.
We
Bye.
miss you, Z, man.
That was the worst Big Z I've ever heard. But anyways, yes, we are having spoilers. If that is not something you are interested in listening to, now's the time to turn away. I did not create a video for these because I don't have time this time round. I actually have to go to Minnesota next week for my job for our we're having some big head coach get together. But I will get to golf at Top Golf.
Ooh, you do like that.
I do
Columbus again soon.
I do like hitting tiny balls with sticks.
And on that, it is spoiler season, so it's a little bit odd that it's coming out after
the game found's done.
the game found is finished.
After you're already like doing your pledge manager.
But
well,
yeah,
why didn't you guys finish your play testing faster? Come on, guys, get on it.
So Pledge Manager is closing. Please be aware of that. Make sure that you get your pledges in.
Actually, maybe look at all the spoilers first, and then decide what you want to do with your pledge.
But I mean, okay. So Help from Future Self had Monday of this week, and then Bad Penny Press yesterday was on Wednesday. We are today Thursday, and then El Arcante del Corgolio is tomorrow, Friday. Flocks them all on Saturday, and next Monday is Amber Mateys. Fudginator, we're looking forward to yours too. So it's going to be fun. But check out the different spoiler cards. What do we got, Wookie?
We got Grave Bounty, a discard. How do they know we like this? It's like this is evil and we're evil, so all these things. But this, you get a Pip of Ember when you play it, unlike Archons Corner. You don't get a Pip of Ember when you play us. You just get sorrow and despair.
But every time.
But every time
you play.
Consistent.
It's consistent.
I thought you get some tight pips.
How do we get a sorrow enhancement?
I think you get
Despair
heartburn
enhancement.
when you listen to us.
Heartburn.
I'm not sure.
To play this card, you must cry.
Yeah, you must cry just a little bit on the inside.
Filled with anger.
But purge a card from your discard pile. If you do, your opponent loses to Ember. Its fate is purge the top 2 cards of your discard pile.
It's an uncommon.
I like this card, kinda.
So
It's a slightly less
purging
annoying
cards can be good.
Infernus.
Now
So
you're purging your own. So it's
I
not,
think this card, this is how I want this card to read.
Mhm.
Now, according to the audience out there, I'm a bad game designer. So,
Okay.
but I do believe.
And other members of the cast as well.
Yeah.
But continue.
True.
Yeah.
I never claimed to be a good one. I just claimed this is how I'd like it to read. Purge a card from a discard pile.
I mean,
If
that'd be better.
I'm not done.
Good.
If
All right.
it was your discard pile, your opponent loses too.
Okay. I mean, obviously, that's
Fate can stay this. Well, fate can
So
stay the same.
so when the fate triggers, your opponent is going to discard
These
the top 2
fates
cards.
are going to, remember what was the other thing? Like, there's going to be so many judges because these fates are like, because I keep having to remember, like, when the fate triggers, it happens to your opponent.
Don't
Yeah, but
worry.
it's
When
gonna
you
be
play
over-
the game, you'll be smarter.
No,
Yeah,
I won't.
But it's
No.
again, if you look at where it's positioned, I think that it is clear enough. I don't see this as an issue. Fate resolves that when something happens, you're going to go ahead. We saw this earlier. It's going to go ahead and resolve. So your opponent is going to purge the top 2 cards of their discard pile. That's how it reads.
I'm waiting for a fate that says counter target spell.
Great.
Can that one happen?
Boys, do you prefer? This is uncommon, but I like this. You're gaining an amber. Do you want to self-purge your own discard pile to thin it out, and then your opponent loses 2? Well, I guess I would even say, do you want to purge from your own discard pile, or do you want to purge 2 random cards off the top of your opponent's discard?
I like to purge my own much better.
I do.
Yeah,
as well.
no, I'm with you. I think that the play action, which is interesting because seeing some of the different fates that have been revealed, it gives you an option. Do I want, it's kind of those either or cards that we saw earlier. Yeah. I like this. I have a choice. I can choose to target my own, but there's going to be some times where I don't want to target my own discard because
but here's
what I have in there.
Here's the thing that fate says to the Wookiee, right? I'm a gambling degenerate. That fate says spin the wheel. And no, I didn't say I'd prefer it. I'd prefer to purge my own, thin my deck, and have my opponent lose 2 Ember. But
I'm even saying without the losing 2 Ember, I think that it's still better to purge your own.
But so I could get a chance at, there could be anything behind door number 2, even a boat.
Mm-hmm. Could be a boat.
Mm-hmm. Could be a boat. Take the boat or what's behind door number 2. There could be anything behind door number 2, even a boat.
It could be a rowboat.
Could be.
It's a rowboat.
That's all I'm saying.
Paddle boat.
I like this card.
I dig the card.
It's not killer, but I like it.
It's a pretty good card. It's a pretty strong card.
I think this is pretty good. What do you think about it slotting in at the uncommon slot?
I think that's appropriate because triple at common would be brutal to deal with.
You could get rid of a whole house with triple at common.
I know, but you could also not be able to play it because just the way decks play out. Yep. And it's actually pretty strong amber control.
Yep. Yeah, no, I think that if it was moved to a common slot, you'd have to go ahead and modify either your opponent loses 1 or it just loses that line.
No,
but but I'm saying as it is, I really like it. I like this. I think
what number do we give
uncommon
this?
Slot?
What Z score do we give it? Not that we even have Z scores for the last setup.
We had 3 sets that released almost identically, so there you go.
True, but do we even have Z scores for what? For what's the last set that just released? Ember Skies?
Tokens of Exchange?
No, Tokens of Change.
Tokens of Exchange.
Whatever. Talk.
Do we even have scores?
I
like play this game anymore.
I scored all of them.
I scored
we were
them
gonna
too.
score it. So
we scored them, but are they available?
We just never told anyone.
No, we told the world. We did the whole thing.
No, that's
Amber Skies.
Yes.
Again, have you played this game?
Yes. You guys are. I think we're all on the same wavelength, but whatever. I'd give this a 4, 5.
4 sounds good.
I like 4.
Yeah, I'll take 4.
All right.
Purge top 2 cards of your discard pile for Fate. What do you think? I don't know. So I guess I haven't played.
Kind of random. It
is.
Well, because your opponent is discarding the top 2 cards, so you can hit their best stuff, or you could hit nothing.
Well, right, and because purging your own stuff is good. So if you suspect that this is under there, you might be able to set it up, right? Where it's like, oh, you're purging what you want to purge.
Dude, no.
I think that
nobody is playing that amount of 4D chess. It's not happening.
Yes. There are people playing that 4D chess. I think it's going to be harder to be able to control
that amount of 4D chess. That amount where you're like, oh, this unknown card that could be any card underneath here. Just happens to be that one.
So, yeah, I mean, if you board clear, right?
And then you just place it on
order
the top.
Them, and then trigger the fate. If it doesn't happen, okay. If it does happen,
so Drez, the fate is your opponent is going to go ahead and trigger it. They have to do something.
That's what I'm saying.
But,
your opponent,
but you don't have control over that. You can board wipe. You can set it on the top, but your opponent has to do the action that is going to trigger that.
Yeah,
fate.
that's what Drez is saying. So I choose to trigger that fate, thinking it's this card. So I put 2 crappy cards on top of my discard, so that's what gets purged.
Right. Now, maybe I'm wrong, but there's no negative for me being wrong. It's just an upside if I'm right.
Well, there could be a negative because there could be another one that says shuffle the top 5 cards into your deck and then you put that junk. So, I mean,
Archon, I know that, right? I know what might be.
Well, yeah, and I'm saying there might be a card that shuffles too, and I could have them both, and you don't know which one's there, and it is a gamble.
I'm waiting for the card that says target Drazcor loses.
Yeah, I think that it offers some more mental chess and some back and forth to be able to think what someone could be playing.
I think
Seeing
it's gonna
this
get,
in and what's not, that's important. But
the only reason it's ever going to get tucked is just because you're trying to get that extra card draw one turn and you didn't call dis. Otherwise, this card is good. It's going to get played.
All right.
You're going to purge out all your Skyborn creatures and feel much better about your life.
he had a bad experience. Tell me more about this.
Everybody's had a bad experience with opening Skyborn and getting creatures.
No, this was just Tuesday where you had some fun. All right, we do have one more card.
All right, the next card is Go Forth and Conquer. This is a prophecy during your opponent's turn. After an enemy creature is used to fight, fulfill Go Forth and Conquer. I have no idea.
This is super easy to complete.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
So, well, I'm just like, this one is super easy to complete. Just the difference in commonness of triggering, because this one could trigger every turn your opponent plays. It won't, but it could, and trigger 6-7 times in a game. Where some of the other ones are like when your opponent forges a key, at most that's going to trigger twice in a game.
It's true.
And my understanding of the prophecy rules is you can only have one active prophecy. So once you've tucked a card under when they forge a key card, you can't trigger this one too if it's your other prophecy.
I don't know.
Are you allowed to tuck a card under an inactive prophecy?
My understanding of the rules, which is not very good, is you only have one active prophecy.
Yeah, you only have one active one, but am I allowed to do the whole?
No, I don't.
Prophecy's not in your hand, right? You tuck from your hand, right?
No, it's a separate space.
So at some point we'll get a rule book, and then we'll know some stuff.
Yeah,
knowing stuff.
Yeah, eventually we'll know how these prophecies work.
But I mean, like this, as Dexter there is noting, your opponent can choose to never fight, and then they will never trigger what's under this card. But by taking away tools from your opponent, that makes this a good effect.
Or maybe at some time I could choose to fight, triggering the
purge 2 cards,
Grave Bounty, right? And I've stacked my deck because I also have those cards in my deck that allow me to stack my deck in a certain way to where I'm thinning my own deck, where it actually really helps me.
All right. So we actually do have, I know this is odd, but we actually do have a nice, beautiful article from December 3rd of last year where it says KeyForging.com prophecies fates explored. And what you need to know there, which would tell us, each Prophetic Visions deck comes with 2 double-sided prophecy cards for a total of 4, so you can choose to rotate them. Prophecy cards are their own card type, are never shuffled in the deck, and they are never in play. They're simply either inactive or active at the start of the game. You set aside your prophecy cards in an inactive state. And then it says during step 3 of your turn, where you play, discard, and use cards, you may choose one of your inactive prophecy cards, flip it to the side of your choice, and make it active by moving it near the center of your play area, where your opponent can easily read it. At the same time, you must choose one card from your hand and place it face down under the prophecy you just made active. In this way, over the course of 2 or more turns, you can have up to 2 active prophecies at a time, each with exactly 1 of your face down cards. So 2 can be active, but you'll see what the prophecy is itself that would go ahead and have an impact on it.
Well, there you go. Okay, so you can have 2 active prophecies. Great.
Yes.
But this one can trigger quite a bit. Although I want to see the one that says after a creature reaps, because if they're fighting, they're already losing.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
Unless you're playing Drazkor's 7D chess.
Yeah.
There you go.
No, I think this is very different from what
you want to fight to purge. Yeah, could.
So
could be giving your opponent
under there, they have 2 prophecies. After your opponent reshuffles their discard pile, that should take a long time.
Well, it depends on the deck. That could happen multiple times, or it could happen never.
Correct. After your opponent plays 2 or more action cards during their turn, And there's 4 of them that are here. Each time your opponent draws a card, and then basically that one was a stack as soon as they're 10. So drawing 10 is interesting, but it's every time you draw.
That's anywhere from 1 turn to 5 turns.
Correct. And
Really?
then after your opponent forges a key, which is really long. So in comparison, our preview card definitely seems to have a much higher probability of being able to hit with fighting.
Yes.
That I agree.
I wonder what the rarity of each one is. I know they're fixed, so don't fucking say something.
Yeah, no, that's
But
a good question.
But there's got to be some that we're going to see more than others, I would assume. Like,
Well, I can say in ours, it has P14. So I'm curious how many total there are. That'd be the other question.
I wonder if they will screw up the thing and you'll get like your double-sided prophecy cards will have the same prophecy on both sides. And then they'll be like, oh, that's totally a feature.
or you get the same double-sided prophecy card.
So you get one prophecy that you can have active twice.
Yeah.
There you go.
Or even you get the same prophecy on both of your cards. So you can do the same prophecy
All
twice.
right. I'm going to give them credit, boys. I don't think
or what
that's gonna
happens when your
happen.
double-sided prophecy card is the same front and back, and your other card is the same card.
Yeah.
So you just have
If they have-
they went twice, that'll be fun.
Okay, let's say that they have 14 cards, just because we can see 14 in ours.
Yep.
They're going to select cards 1, 7, 8, and 14. I don't see how you're going to get 14, 14. That should not. That's very easy to be able to set up.
I mean,
I'm not worried.
In theory.
I'm not worried about that.
So is making sure you get a
They hit the
Sky
submit
Beast when your
button?
deck says you get a Sky Beast.
Hey,
But instead, we have shards.
remember that
Shards
time
ruin it
that
all.
we all got cards and decks from different decks? We had a 38th card from a different deck, and actually one deck was just missing a card. Remember that?
Mhm.
You know, I opened one of those the other day, actually. I got a card from some deck that's not been scanned yet, so.
Next, you're going to go ahead and bring up the woe deck that really wasn't a woe deck, but from a
The
completely
DT,
different set.
I was going to say,
DT
remember
deck with a
the
woe
time
package?
that there was a DT deck and a woe packaging?
That one blows my mind. Like, how did...
How does that even happen? You didn't do
I bet you-
Shifting printing from
You
one.
know,
They-
like,
they didn't
Luke was
even
back there.
print
He's like, I'm going to get somebody. Shoves it in there, seals it up.
I would love that to be the
And then he hands
fact.
it to Jeremy. Oh, Jeremy, this fell on the floor. Could you...
Just wrap it up for me, yeah?
Yeah.
So if you guys are talking that, let's totally do it Willy Wonka chocolate factory style, man. Put something in there that makes it like go and find this magical deck. I love that.
Like cocaine?
Mm. Yeah.
No, we're not talking cocaine.
Oh.
I don't know. There's a little extra ticket that goes in there. Like, I don't know. Just you could literally do anything. Think of Charlie.
A Magic
Okay.
Worlds ticket, find this deck and get immediate entry?
You know what they should do? It should be like, the 80s and 90s when there was
Razor blades
in the gum.
Razor blades in the
baseball
candy?
cards.
Oh.
No, that stale stick of gum in your, Topps baseball cards.
Oh, that was terrible gum. I don't know if I
Yeah.
want that.
Yeah.
And your deck's ruined for I mean, it doesn't matter anymore. I guess I can order a whatchamacallit now.
Yeah, and then you could select your gum flavor from the drop down. When you get your
I like cherry.
yeah.
That
great.
would actually be quite humorous if it was like in every what's the next set called? I forget. Something wizards.
No, dragons.
Oh, dragons. That's right. Something dragons, draconian, something or other. That would be great if that's the next game found. Be like, with every game, with every KeyForge deck, you get a stick of gum.
And it's Tabasco flavored because then you'll breathe fire.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's just called Dragon Time. I think that's the name of the set.
I don't believe it's called Dragon Time, but it is now.
Can we have the flavored jelly beans from like Harry Potter, where they're some are good
the
and some
real
are bad?
DT2 Dragon Time?
Dragon Time?
Oh.
Well,
That's what
we have
people mean when they say best set,
track
right?
this.
Yeah. Why are we giving them such like terrible advice that they're going to take?
I mean,
Because when we see it come to
I
fruition,
mean,
it's funny.
we like it to really hurt. That just hurt a little bit.
Do you think when one of them at the office comes when it fucking releases and they're like, oh,
Thank you for your donation, Wookie.
hey, it's AC, and then they turn it on and they're like, hey, remember we should put gum in it. And somebody's like, fuck, God, how did they know?
Wookie.
How did they?
Do you
Crumbles
remember-
up that piece of paper, throws it towards the trash can, bounces off with all the other crumpled piece of paper.
Do I remember what?
Do you guys remember when people had the fake gum and you pull it and then it would come and
It would zap you.
it'd zap you or snap on you?
Yeah.
That we could have on the other side.
Oh man, so many fun things we could do. But I think that's gonna do it for us this week. Tune in next week when we actually tell you why GG sucks. Unless they release another article.
Then we'll do that.
Then we'll probably have
Quick, get on the articles.
Then we'll probably have to do another article.
But we'll probably be up by 10 things that the bottom 10 things.
I mean, last week we had 5. We're up to 8. So in just a week, we've thought of 3 more. So
Don't give us more time.
yeah, the more time you give us, it's just gonna be like a top 10 things Gigi could do better. That's putting it too nicely. But
yeah,
thanks.
they did well here, boys. I will say that it's clear. Here's the dates for the US, here's the locations. You can actually click, you can get rooms for each of the 5 spots right now.
Didn't they do all this last year too?
No.
No, I'm pretty sure they did.
Do you not know when it actually came out, Wookie?
I know it came out later.
Oh.
No,
Yeah,
I don't
that's
remember
kind of a big
I don't
deal.
have a photographic memory. Like you have like this memory like none other.
Okay.
Like,
He remembers every time the
The invite didn't
invite
get passed
passes
down.
down. Yeah. He remembers. And he never forgave. And he never forgot.
Yeah, man, Ewok can hold a grudge.
He really can. It's
Like a
been
dwarf.
it's been a year, guys. A year. And he's still
Even I
pissed.
forgot about Gen Con already.
How could I when I was so gently reminded by our wonderful friends over at Help from Future Self? Thank you, Sydney, for reminding me about Gen Con and how I'm terrible. But with that being said,
Go play at Nico. Have
Go.
some fun. We're looking forward to lots of great vaults this season. And
Maybe.
it is but they're a great time to be able to spend with other fellow KeyForge fanatics. So
and drinking
Yes.
heavily.
Yep.
That's really what vaults are for. Let's be honest. The glue that has held the KeyForge community together is the copious amounts of drinking we do at least one of the nights.
I mean,
Not just drinking. Malort drinking.
Bad alcohol drinking.
there are plenty of people who do not drink at our events, and they have a wonderful
Like I
time.
said, we like it to hurt.
Think about it this way. We all get together about 5 times a year to drink the worst alcohol on the planet.
That is
sounds
not-
great.
I'm sorry.
But then we do the experience, which is great alcohol.
Yes. Well, it's okay alcohol at a sometimes okay place.
Sure.
I mean,
for lots of
He actually
money.
means great at normally great.
you roll
But
the
sometimes
dice.
turns out to not be good.
You roll the dice. You roll the dice of the Drazcore experience sometimes.
I mean,
Sometimes-
that's part of the experience.
Yeah,
You think it's going to be good?
And it's mediocre.
You know? The,
and then it's bad, but it's
the
not so
hostess is
bad.
real cute, and Wookiee gets all a little excited, and then
And then, the guy from Texas Chainsaw Massacre shows up. You're like, who do you?
yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Drez, you have find out about Portland, Oregon. That's where you have to look for speakeasies and fun
Oh, yeah.
establishments to visit.
Yeah, I haven't done that yet. I will get on it. But I think we'll be able to find some stuff.
Yeah.
And
And
remember,
this-
next Tuesday at 10 o'clock Central Time, January 21st, have your Game Found pledge done.
Mm-hmm.
I
Vote
will
for
be
your
a-
stores too for home base. We missed that.
Yeah, Kryptonite can still take leftover votes. I actually don't think I'm going to get enough votes for Kryptonite to do anything with it.
Well,
We
if you don't have a place to vote for Kryptonite and get with Sheep. He can help you out somewhere, somehow. I don't know. I don't even know what's up for grabs this year for home
No one
base
knows.
stuff. So
No one knows.
No, nobody knows. But with that being said, since I have to get this out tonight, because our day is today.
Yep.
We'll see y'all next week.
Happy fortune, everyone.